know if I should like keep filming. Kitty, get down off of there. You are not supposed to be on my dresser. Hi everyone, my name is Kira and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the playlist book tag. This is a tag and I'm not quite sure who it was created by, but if I find it I will leave their video in the description below. But this essentially is where you put your playlist on shuffle and then you have to find a book that matches with the song. So, we'll see how it goes. I'm slightly nervous about it, I will admit, but we'll try it and we'll see how it goes. Enjoy! So that song is 100 by KB, and I chose the book Homecoming, which is part of the 100 series by Kass Morgan. Kind of obvious, it has it in the title, the song, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's perfect. So, I talked about this series in my last couple of videos, so if you want to know my thoughts, go check out my wrap-ups that I've done where I've read this series. It's really, really good. Alright, so that song is Dear Ex, You Don't Own Me by Disciple, and I chose the book Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. This song is kind of about breaking out and away from your old self, and I feel that Katniss really breaks away in this book. I mean, it starts in the other two books, but in this book she really embraces her identity as the Mockingjay and as the leader of the revolution, and really steps into that role and that leadership position as much as she can.
Save your strength and stay alive. You keep breathing as they go into surviveness. I'm so sorry for forgetting what you taught me. My son, we play piano, taught you piano. You would put your hands on mine. You changed the melody every time. I would always change the line. I know. I would always change the line. I know. Sexy set with sexy set with no good. And the toi got sexy set with no set with no set with.
Okay, so that was Stay Alive Reprise from the musical Hamilton. And I chose the book The Fault in Our Stars by John Green because it was the first book that I thought of when I thought of somebody dying, which is really depressing and very sad. But now that I have a lot of other books that involve people dying, but this was the first one that I thought of where a loved one and their death is just heart-wrenching.
Change my past. So, can you promise this gon' last? Make me a believer.
That is Make Me a Believer by Andy Mineo. And I chose The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis for this book. I thought of Edmund when I heard the song because he has such a troubled past, and so I think of him more like in the second half of the book when he's realizing the error of his ways and he realizes that he made a mistake, and so I also think of like in terms of like after what happens in this book, just having to live with that fact and grow from the fact that he betrayed his family, but Aslan still gave his life for him, and just Edmund reconciling with that fact of like Aslan gave his life for him and he has to now live with the fact that Aslan took his punishment. So that was Raised by Wolves by Family Force 5, and I chose the Maximum Ride, The Angel Experiment by James Patterson. So, kind of ironic, the Raised by Wolves part, because this is a story about kids who have 2% avian DNA, and so they grow up in this school where scientists are making other experiments, and so one of the other experiments is the Erasers, who are half human, half wolf. So I thought that was funny, but they don't actually raise them. But a part that really connects is when they say on instincts, because the kids in these books often go by their instincts, or Max has kind of a voice in her head that she kind of follows. And so if you don't know anything about the Maximum Ride series, basically the first 3 books are good. After that, the series just goes way downhill. There's like 4 or 5 other books. I've not read the very last one, Maximum Ride Forever, because Nevermore was supposed to be the end, and then they came out with Forever, and basically like the world ended in Nevermore, and then like they came out with another one. It just gets really weird, but the first 3 books are pretty good.
It feels like a tear in my heart, like a part of me missing, and I just can't feel it. I've tried and I've tried, and I've tried. Tears on my face, I can't take it. If lonely's a taste, then it's all that I'm tasting. Do you hear my cry? I cry. Oh, can you hold me? Can you hold me? Can you hold me in your arms? Just wrap me in your arms, in your arms. I don't wanna be nowhere else. Take me from the dark, from the dark. I'm gonna make it myself. Put your arms around me, put your arms around me. Let your love surround me. I am lost, I am lost. If I ain't got you, yeah, if I ain't got you, I ain't got nothing at
So that is Can You Hold Me by NF featuring Britt Nicole, and I chose the book Thief by Markus Zusak. This, I think, connects because there's just a scene from the movie that has really stuck with me, and the movie is like really good compared to the book. The movie is also very fantastic, but there's just this scene of just Liesl and Rudy that just kills me every single time. that I like think about it or read it or anything like that. If you've not read this book, go read this book. It is a masterpiece of book and it's so well done. And then the movie as well is really, really fantastic. Also, if you've not heard of NF or any of these artists, please go check them out. They are all amazing. So that is Brand New Day, and it's actually a remix version by KJ52. And I chose the book Laylie's Daring Quest by Kersten Hamilton. I don't know. This is part of a series of books called Life of Faith, and it's just about these girls growing up in different time periods. This girl, Laylie, was a slave, and so this book documents her, like, escape, and so I feel that it connects to the song because the end of the book, kind of a spoiler, but she obviously escapes and is able to start a new life, and so I feel like it's brand new day, brand new life, starting over, that kind of thing applies to here. So that is Survivor, but this is actually a cover from the Sing Off season 4, and they did this thing where they would like pit two teams, the last two teams together, and they'd have to like battle it out. And so the artists from this thing are Element and Vocal Rush. So go check them out. I love that like battle sing off. So good. This book I chose is A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. This is the second book in An Ember in the Ashes series. And I'm thinking of one specific character, and I can't say because of spoilers, but if you've read the books, you know who I mean, and she just, the main character, Laya, just kind of, she starts to rely on this character, and then this character goes and is not who she thinks he is, and so she realizes through going through that experience that she is way stronger than she ever thought she could be. Plus, through the first book, she has to survive quite a lot, so I could have picked the first book as well, but I just felt like this character blowing her off and then her coming back with a vengeance just fit the song so perfectly.
reflection. You live for their acceptance, you die from their rejection. But even if I fall, I fell in the right direction.
Alright, so that is Free From It All by Lecrae, and I chose the book Courage to Soar by Simone Biles. And I felt that these connected because Simone in this book talks about how her faith is something that helped her get through it. And so it's something with celebrities where we lift them up so high. Celebrities and athletes, and I mean she's kind of a celebrity too still, but we lift them up to this almost unattainable standard, and then we criticize them if they do anything wrong. Like, Simone Biles was especially criticized for not winning, I think it was beam in the Olympics. She didn't end up winning the balance beam medal for that, and she was very much criticized for that. And so, same with not winning the Dancing with the Stars. She was very much criticized for that, and so I feel like this song is a lot about how we hold celebrities and athletes and all these famous people up to such high standards, and then we complain when they fall and when they fail, even though they are perfectly human just like us.
Memories made in the coldest winter. Goodbye, my friend. Will I ever love again? Memories made in the coldest winter. It's 4 a.m. and I can't sleep. Love is all that I can see. Love is all that I can. Memories made in the coldest winter. Goodbye, my friend. Will I ever love again? Memories made in the coldest winter. Goodbye, my friend. Will I ever love again?
Alright, so that is Coldest Winter, a cover done by Pentatonix, and I chose Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Kristoff. Now, slightly cheating with this one because I'm only like 47 pages into this book, so I haven't actually finished it, but it just reminds me of the main character's kind of situation where the girl, Katie, dumped the boy Ezra like 3 hours before, and so now they're on separate ships. He keeps sending her emails like saying how much he misses her and stuff like that. So it might change and this might not actually be a good fit, but from where I'm at in this book, this was a perfect fit. Alrighty, so those are all of the books from the playlist book tag. I'll leave the songs and the books linked down, not linked, but I'll leave them down below if you want to go check out any of the books or songs that I mentioned. I did slightly cheat. I did skip a few songs because I wanted to try and get different songs from different artists. If you've read any of these books or heard of any of these songs or artists, please let me know down in the comments and we can talk about them. I'd love to have conversations about different music and what songs you think might have gone better with certain books or what books you would have chosen for the songs. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!